sumakses sa immigration. So, our flight is at 10:40 p.m. and andito na kami sa boarding gate. Guess what? Nanay's traveling abroad for the first time. After a 3-hour flight, ay nakarating nga kami ng Saigon. Nga pala, Vietnam is 1 hour behind the Philippines. Tama nga sabi ng iba, yung immigration dito ay mahaba ang pila. Pero okay lang, nakalampas din naman. Then upon exiting the arrival hall, hinanap ko yung Vinaphone booth kasi dun yung pwesto ni Klook. Tapos, i-redeem ko yung SIM card. Kaso hindi ko na malayan yung operating hours pa lang nila ay from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. lang. So, ito, close pa pala sila. So, nakalabas na kami ng airport and hinahanap namin yung column 9 kung saan yung pickup area. Ayun, nakita ko na din yung pangalan ni Nanay. Tadaan! Hours lang kami nakapagpahinga ni Nanay and then nagayos na kami papunta sa una naming itinerary. So, una namin pinuntahan itong Independence Palace or the Reunification Palace, the former official residence and offices of the President of South Vietnam. It was the site of the end of the Vietnam War on April 30, 1975, when a North Vietnamese tank crashed through its gates, marking the reunification of North and South Vietnam. Today, the palace serves as a museum, showcasing the country's history and struggle for independence. The green uniformed soldiers represent the military guards or honor guards, and their presence at the palace is a reminder of the site's historical significance. Also, Vietnamese students often visit the Independence Palace as part of their educational trips to learn about the country's history and culture. And with the palace courtyard, it offers a blend of serene greenery and amenities like coffee shops, allowing visitors to relax and enjoy the surroundings. After 2 hours sa palace, naglakad na kami papuntang next museum. So mga 3 o 4 na kanto lang ay narating na namin ang War Remnants Museum. The War Remnants Museum was established in 1975, located in the former United States Information Agency building, which was a symbol of American presence during the war. It is considered one of the most popular museums in Vietnam, and its exhibits have been recognized by the international community for their historical significance and educational value. So, exhibits include military equipment, such as helicopters, tanks, and bombers, as well as personal belongings of soldiers and civilians. The museum attracts approximately 500,000 visitors annually, with about 2/3 being foreigners. It features over 20,000 documents, 1,500 artifacts, and films showcasing the war's impact on Vietnamese civilians and soldiers. Also, it displays graphic photographs and testimonies from survivors highlighting the atrocities committed during the war. Indeed, the museum serves as a powerful reminder of the human cost of war and the importance of peace and reconciliation. Located in the Bitexco Financial Tower, the Saigon Skydeck, standing at 262 meters, is designed to evoke beauty, progress, and Vietnam's aspirations. It was ranked as the 5th most iconic skyscraper in the world by CNN Go. So the Skydeck, situated on the 49th floor, offers panoramic views of Ho Chi Minh City and is a popular tourist attraction. Also equipped with interactive touchscreens and high-powered binoculars. Plus, it houses the Yo Yai Museum. Hindi na masyadong mainit, so bumaba na kami ng Skydeck. Katabi lang ng Financial Tower or right across the street ang popular na Wen Hill Walking Street. It's beautifully landscaped surrounded by colonial-era architecture and high-end shopping, often considered more touristy and elegant. Then, right on this street naman located ang iconic na Cafe Apartment, a 9-story apartment block which has been transformed into a hub for independent cafes, boutiques, and co-working spaces. Tapos namin umakyat sa apartment, naghanap kami ng coffee shop na swak sa vibe namin. Pero iba-iba sila kaya napunta kami dito sa Oops Cafe. Dami din coffee flavors, pero napili namin yung bestseller nilang coconut coffee and durian pancake. Actually, Cafe Apartment is a unique and vibrant destination in Saigon, offering a blend of modern and old-world charm. So back to Saigon Walking Street, it indeed offers a unique and immersive experience, showcasing the city's energy, culture, and hospitality. Good morning! Dito na namin dito sa Vietnam. Pupunta kami ngayon sa probinsya for a cruise sa Mekong River. Naibook ko na nga pala tong tour sa Klook and ito, sinundo na pala kami ni tour guide since nasa Central District 1 lang kami. Una nga pala naming hinto dito sa Vien Trang Pagoda. As we step inside, the temple features a mix of Vietnamese, Chinese, French, and Roman styles, making it a standout destination for tourists and pilgrims alike. So ilang minuto lang mula sa Vien Trang Pagoda ay narating na namin ang Mekong River. This river, known as the Nine Dragons River, flows through 6 countries: China, Myanmar, Laos, Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam. Una namin pinuntahan itong kanilang local coconut candy factory where we witness the traditional process of making this sweet treat. Of course, we are offered to taste the freshly made hot coconut candies right at the factory. Talagang mas gusto nila yung traditional method kahit time-consuming kasi ito yung nagbibigay hanap buhay sa mga locals. Para sa susunod naming pupuntahan ay sumakay naman kami sa mas maliit na bangka. So the river surroundings are teeming with coconut groves, providing picturesque backdrop of the waterway. to our next stop. Oops! Ang dami ko palang bisita, hindi ako na-inform. Char. Wow! Char. Isa pang highlight ng cruise ay ang sampan tour para ma-trekking ang mga narrow canals. Pagkatapos ay nang-lunch na muna kami. Tchadan! May pahanda pala si Mayor. Char, thank you! So this is the last part of the tour. Of course, meron din silang libreng fresh honey tea and honey glazed dried banana. At nagbibenta din naman sila.
How many carabis you know? Especially if you didn't know how many carabis you know. You must know Charlie. 3 years. Okay, it's really heavy.
Subukan lang natin. Ay, ang bigat. Ang bigat mo, besh. So worth it kahit mainit at nakakapagod talaga. So ito na nga yung time para bumalik na kami ng Ho Chi Minh City. Gutom na po yung mga naglakbay, so kakain na muna kami. Good morning! So today is Sunday and pangatlong araw na namin dito sa Vietnam. Bago kami magsimba ay pupunta muna kami ng Little Hanoi. Lalakarin lang din namin kasi mga 3-4 lang na kanto. Tapos medyo maaga pa naman. Akala ko yung Little Hanoi ay isang cafe lang, hindi pala. May katabi rin pala siya. Little Hanoi din yung pangalan. Anyway, Little Hanoi Egg Coffee is a charming Vietnamese coffee shop located in the heart of Ho Chi Minh City. It has multiple locations at ito yung napuntahan namin. The cafe's interior is designed to resemble a classic Hanoi street with wooden furniture, vintage decorations, and traditional Vietnamese artwork. So this is famous for its signature egg coffee, a traditional Vietnamese drink which originated in Hanoi, Vietnam in the 1940s. So ngayon, diretso na sana kami ng Notre Dame Cathedral para umattend ng simba. Pero hindi pa kami pinapasok kasi hindi pa daw 9:30, which is yung English Mass nila. So dito na muna kami nagpunta sa Saigon Central Post Office. This building was opened during French colonial period in 1891, which showcases a blend of Gothic, Renaissance, and French architectural styles. The post office's main focus remains on traditional mail services, attracting tourists for its historical significance and architectural beauty. And yun nga, nag-try din kami. Since tumunog na yung kampana at 9:30 na, nakapasok na din kami. Notre Dame Cathedral, officially known as the Cathedral Basilica of Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception, is a stunning Roman Catholic cathedral located in the heart of Ho Chi Minh City. The cathedral's design is inspired by the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, and features a mix of European and Vietnamese architectural styles. This historic street was once known as Hong Kong Street during the French colonial era. It is lined with over 20 bookstores, each with its unique character and charm. Dito na pala yung banda, pero mas masarap pa yung Chicken Joy sa Pilipinas. After namin mag-lunch, pumunta na kami sa Van and Monet Lighting Experience dito sa Giga Mall. I just booked this experience on Klook, and para makapasok, present lang namin yung voucher in exchange for a physical ticket. Transcending geographical boundaries, from Europe to Asia, the Van and Monet's Lighting Experience is an immersive art exhibition. The exhibition spans over 3,800 square meters, featuring over 900 artworks from Van's lifetime and more than 100 works from Monet's career. The key feature of the exhibition is the immersive 720 display covering over 390 square meters. This dynamic display utilizes vivid and sharp 720-degree image effects from all perspectives to narrate the life stories, artistic paths, and hidden meanings behind the artist's works. The exhibition is paving the way for an art connection hub aiming to become the largest scale arts hub in Vietnam, fostering collaboration among domestic and international artists and offering innovative art and technology blends. So on to our last itinerary today, the Saigon City Tour. Naibook ko din siya sa Klook. So, present ko lang yung voucher in exchange for a physical ticket. So, this is only a 45-minute tour by a double-decker bus and no hop-on, hop-off.
Đi một vòng một ruộng, giờ về thành phố quay về lại đây. Thì mình vui lòng lưu ý khi xe di chuyển thì mình ngồi yên tại chỗ, không đứng trên.
So, pinili ko yung nighttime city tour na nag-start ng 5 p.m. And also perfect time para masilayan yung sunset. Although na-visit na namin yung ibang city's attractions, this experience is still unique kasi madadaanan namin halos 20 attractions along the way without stopping. Really, the French colonial period left a lasting impact on Vietnam's cities, with many stunning streets and attractions still reflecting French influence. Good morning! So today is our 4th day here in Ho Chi Minh City. Maaga kaming nagising ni nanay kasi pupunta kami ng bundok sa Baden Mountain in the province of Tay Ninh. Unlike nung Saturday na sinundo mismo kami sa hotel, ngayon naman kami yung pupunta sa meeting point. Malapit lang naman yung Independence Palace sa hotel, so nilakad na lang namin ni nanay. Ayun, nag-aantay na pala yung sasakyan namin. Siguro mga more than 3 hours yung biyahe papuntang Baden Mountain. Nung nakababa na kami ay grabe, ang init talaga. Pero sulit, ang ganda. Wala kayo masyadong nakitang Pinoy dito. Pero yung mga locals na pilgrims ang karamihan. So bago nga pala kami nakapasok ay bumili kami kanina ng admission ticket. Parang almost 50 pesos. Dalawa na kami nun ni nanay. So we're here at the station. And ito na nga yung exciting part. Yay! Sasakay na kami ng cable car. nakakakaba siya sa una, pero masaya. O, diba sumakses din? Narating na din namin yung tuk-tuk sa wakas. So, siguradong mapapagod kami ni nanay mag-ikot, kaya kumain na muna kami. So, ito na yung Sun World Baden Mountain, also called the Black Virgin Mountain. This is known as the roof of the south, quite close to the Cambodian border. Inalagaan talaga yung flower fields. The flower attraction is a crowd pleaser talaga. Si nanay kasi mahilig sa tanim, kaya manghang-mangha talaga, parang gusto na ata niyang mag-uwi. Kaya pala mas marami yung parang locals na nandito kasi this is a popular spiritual destination ng mga pilgrims visiting to offer incense and participate in sacred ceremonies. Pumasok kami ni nanay pero lumabas din kami kaagad kasi parang may ongoing na ceremony sila. Tapos salita nila din naman namin maintindihan. Pero nagpaalam din naman kami ng maayos. With an impressive altitude of 986 meters above sea level, the statue has set two notable records: the tallest bronze statue in Vietnam and the tallest bronze statue in Southeast Asia. Grabe, hats off talaga kahit mainit ang mundo dito. Napaisip lang talaga ako paano nila nagawa to. Ang galing, dito pa talaga sa tuktok ng bundok. Napagod na si nanay, so bumaba na kami. Actually, 3 p.m. pabalik namin. Ngayong pabalik na kami, mas matapang na si nanay. Kaya na yung sumilip pababa. Nahirapan kaming hanapin yung sundo namin. Pero mas mahirap pa pala makipag-communicate sa mga locals. Grabe yung patience na kailangan. Pero in the end, nakahanap din naman kami ng tulong. Ito na nga yung time para bumalik naman kami ng Ho Chi Minh City. Well, on the way, napansin namin na marami talaga silang kainan. Tapos mahilig lang silang upo sa parang kiddie chair na super cute. At ito pa, ang dami talaga nilang motorbikes. Practical choice talaga siya kasi easy mag-navigate kahit traffic. Nakarating na nga kami ng city and dumaan muna kami dito sa Bentham Market para magpapalit ng VND. Gutom na nga yung mga naglakbay, so kakain na muna kami. And ito, dito na nagtatapos yung araw namin. Magandang buhay! So today is our last day here in Ho Chi Minh City. In fairness, ang dami din nilang open spaces dito. Maganda, spacious, and very welcoming talaga. Sa araw na to, una namin pinuntahan yung iconic Pink Church or Tan Dinh Church. Dahil Monday ngayon, pinayagan kaming pumasok. So visitors ay welcome to admire only the church exterior and yung loob ay open lang during religious services para ma-prevent yung overcrowding and ma-maintain yung respectful environment for prayer. This church, or the Church of the Sacred Heart of Jesus, was built in 1876 during the French colonial period. The second biggest church after Notre Dame Cathedral here in Ho Chi Minh City. It was originally painted pastel pink in the 1950s, earning it the nickname the Pink Church. Locals believe the pink color symbolizes love and resilience. Vietnamese coffee culture is rich and vibrant, really, with coffee being an integral part of social gatherings and daily life. Dito na din kami pumesto sa third floor kasi it offers a nice view ng Tan Dinh Church sa harap. So ngayon, nagpunta naman kami ng Binh Tai Market known as Cholon Moi. This is a historic and bustling market in Ho Chi Minh City's Chinatown. With a rich history dating back to 1928, this market has been a vital trading hub for Chinese merchants and the local Vietnamese population. Mas mura sila dito compared sa Bentham Market, tapos madaling makipag-negotiate. Nakakapagod nga lang mag-ikot-ikot kasi mainit din. Nung natapos na kami, nag-book na din ako ng Grab para makabalik na kami. Kumain nga pala muna kami bago kami magpunta naman dito sa Bentham Market. Mas madami ding options dito. Naiintindihan nila yung mga Pilipino na mahilig talaga maghagod. Talagang napagod yung katawang lupa namin kanina. So, oras naman para magpamasahin na kami ni nanay. Actually, ayaw talaga ni nanay sa una. Pero ito, andito na kasi siya. So, pinilit ka na. Tingnan natin kung ano yung reaction niya mamaya pag natapos siya. O ngayon, halatang nag-enjoy talaga siya. Todo explain sa akin kung ano yung na-experience niya kanina. Hanggang sa susunod nating pagkikita. Paalam, Vietnam! We're going home. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye. Stay safe. Thank you. Yung flight namin is at 1:10 a.m. Tapos sakto mag-open pa lang yung counter pagdating namin. Buti na lang talaga early kami nakaalis ng hotel kasi mahaba yung pila sa immigration. Ngayon nandito na nga kami sa boarding gate and we're ready to take off.